Hello friends, in this video lecture we are going to study about heat budget of the earth. It is one of the important chapter in the climatology. In this chapter we will be learning about the solar radiation coming toward the earth and being reflected back, and we will know about albedo of the earth. So these are the topics we will cover in this video. So let us begin this. Let us now see the introduction of heat budget. A heat budget is a perfect balance between the incoming solar radiation and the outgoing terrestrial radiation, escaping it in the form of radiation. If the incoming heat and the outgoing heat are not balanced, then the earth would be getting either too warmer or cooler. The solar radiations coming from the sun are being absorbed by the earth, and later on they are radiated back in the form of terrestrial radiation. If it is balanced, then this is known as the heat budget of the earth. And if it is not balanced, then the earth can be either too warmer or too cooler. Let us now understand the concept in a very simple way. Earth receives the solar radiation or insolation in the form of solar radiation in the short waves which is radiated by the sun. If we assume the total energy coming towards the earth is 100%, then the 35% of the energy of the solar energy comes first toward the surface of the earth. This 35% of the energy, when comes, 27% of the energy is absorbed and reflected back by the clouds. ये हम मान लेते हैं cloud है. These are clouds. They absorb 27% of the energy coming. ये 35% की 27% energy जो है cloud absorb कर लेते हैं. Then they reflect back towards the आउटर स्पेस में ये रिफ्लेक्ट बैक कर देते हैं. फिर 35 में से हम माइनस करते हैं, 60% एनर्जी आगे बढ़ जाती है. दिस एनर्जी कम्स एंड इज बीइंग एब्जॉर्ब्ड बाय द डस्ट पार्टिकल्स. डस्ट पार्टिकल्स मिलते हैं इसको. डस्ट पार्टिकल्स 6% ऑफ द एनर्जी एब्जॉर्ब कर लेते हैं, फिर उसको बाद में रिफ्लेक्ट बैक कर देते हैं. ठीक, 6% of the energy is being absorbed and reflected back to the space, and the left 2% of the energy is being absorbed and reflected back by the glaciers. ये मान लेते हैं glaciers हैं. These are glacier, and the 2% of the energy is being reflected back. 2% of the energy फिर से reflect back कर दी जाती है space में. तो हमारी total energy आ रही थी 35% coming towards the earth. Then 27% of the energy was absorbed by the clouds and is being reflected back to the space. Then the left energy, that is 8% energy, comes and reaches to the dust particles, and is 6% of the energy is being absorbed by the dust particles and being reflected back to space. Then the left 2% of the energy reaches the glaciers and being absorbed and reflected back to the space. In this way, this 35% of the solar energy does not reaches the surface of the earth, or we can say that it is not responsible for the heating of the earth. That's why this is known as albedo of the earth. इसी को हम लोग albedo कहते हैं. Albedo of earth, because the 35% of the energy does not helps in maintaining the temperature of the earth. Now let us discuss the left part of the energy. So 100% minus 35%, 65% of energy left. When the 65% of energy from the sun, this is our sun, this is our earth, 35% of the energy comes and just goes reflected back before reaching the earth atmosphere. This is known as albedo. We have already discussed it. Then the left 65% of the energy when reaches earth atmosphere, 65% of the energy when reaches the earth atmosphere. Then the 14% of the energy is being absorbed by the earth atmosphere or gases. जो हमारी 14% ऑफ द एनर्जी है वो अर्थ और गैसेस से एब्जॉर्ब कर ली जाती है। तो हमारा लेफ्ट कितनी बची, लेफ्ट बची 51%। देन द टोटल एनर्जी बीइंग एब्जॉर्ब बाय द अर्थ इज 51% एनर्जी। 100% एनर्जी का सिर्फ हमारे अर्थ पे 51% एनर्जी ही पहुंचता है। उसको अर्थ 34%, जो ये 51% एनर्जी है इसमें हमारा जो 34% एनर्जी है अर्थ एब्जॉर्ब कर लेती है और बाद में इसको रिफ्लेक्ट बैक कर देती है स्पेस में। और बाकी जो 17% है एनर्जी का उसको अर्थ पहले ही रिफ्लेक्ट बैक कर देती है। Let us now see. 65% of the energy solar radiation is coming, and when it reaches the atmosphere of the earth, then the 14% of the energy is being absorbed by the earth atmosphere, and the left 51% of the energy reaches the earth surface. 17% of the energy is reflected back to the space. So the total energy in the earth atmosphere is 14% already stored in atmosphere। जब हमारी सोलर रेडिएशन आ रहा था 65%, इसका जो 14% ऑलरेडी हमारे एटमॉस्फेयर में स्टोर हो गया था। ठीक करता है 34% एनर्जी जो एब्जॉर्ब करता है उसको रेडिएट करता है, तो टोटल हमारी 48% एनर्जी हुई जो अर्थ के एटमॉस्फेयर में बचती है। टेरेस्ट्रियल रेडिएशन के थ्रू अर्थ ये 34% एनर्जी रिफ्लेक्ट बैक करता है, तो ये 48% एनर्जी जो है ये बाद में रिफ्लेक्ट बैक कर दी जाती है स्पेस में। इसी बैलेंस को, हीट बैलेंस को हम हीट बजट कहते हैं। Now know about what is albedo of the earth. We have already discussed in the form of diagrammatic form, but let us see in the form of definition. Albedo is the proportion of the solar energy reflected from the surface of the earth back into space. It is the reflection coefficient and has a value less than 1. When the solar radiation passes through the atmosphere, a certain amount of it is scattered, reflected, and absorbed. The reflected sum of the radiation is called Earth albedo. It plays an important role in the energy balance of the Earth's surface. So this was the albedo of the Earth. Let us now discuss the heat budget in detail. If we imagine the solar energy 100%, then the 35% of the solar energy comes first toward the Earth's surface. In 35% of the solar energy, 27% of the energy reflected back by the cloud, and 6% solar energy by the dust particle, and 2% by the glacier surface radiated back. पहले ये लोग एनर्जी एब्जॉर्व करते हैं फिर रेडिएट बैक कर देते हैं। 35% जो एनर्जी आती है उसमें 27% एनर्जी जो है हमारे बादलों के पास एब्जॉर्व कर ली जाती है, फिर वो रेडिएट बैक कर दी जाती है। एंड 6% ऑफ द एनर्जी इज बीइंग एब्जॉर्व बाय द डस्ट पार्टिकल्स एंड रिफ्लेक्टेड बैक टू स्पेस, and 2% of the energy by the glaciers. In this way, 35% of the solar energy does not reach the Earth's surface, or we can say it is not responsible for heating of Earth. That is why this is known as albedo of the Earth. जो ये हमारी 35% of the energy है, this is not responsible for heating of the Earth's surface, hence it is known as the albedo of the Earth. Left 65% of the energy when reaches the earth atmosphere. Here 14% of the solar energy is absorbed by the atmosphere. जो हमारी बची हुई 65% की एनर्जी जब आगे बढ़ती है तो 14% एनर्जी हमारी एटमॉस्फेयर के द्वारा एब्जॉर्ब कर ली जाती है। Only 51% of energy reaches the surface and is responsible for heating of the surface of earth. बची हुई 51% एनर्जी ही हमारी अर्थ सरफेस पे पहुंचती है। उसमें जो है 34% एनर्जी हमारी अर्थ एब्जॉर्व कर लेती है एंड 17% ऑफ द एनर्जी इज रेडिएटेड बैक टू द स्पेस। इन दिस टोटल atmosphere get 14% from the incoming solar radiation and 34% from the earth terrestrial radiation. Total 48% हो जाता है, which is then sent back to the space afterwards. In this way, the total energy received from the sun is equal to the total energy radiated back to the space by earth. Hence, there is a balance in the incoming solar radiation and outgoing terrestrial radiation. This is known as heat budget of the earth.